My name's Cheeky Sport Joel, and you're watching Arsenal Nation, the show that has the best online Arsenal debates. Today, we have very special guests. We're going to start with my friend. He's got lots of hair, and he now works for Joe. Not me, Joe. Joe, that's right, Hughwizzy.
What's going on, people?
How you doing, Hugh? You all right?
I'm good, man. Cracking to be here.
And our second guest, a Goonersphere man himself. That's right, Daniel Cowan. How you doing, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Joel. Feeling strong after the FA Cup win.
Excellent. So you feel like a winner, that's right?
I do feel like a winner.
OK, so we'll get straight to it. Question number one. Was the FA Cup victory over Chelsea Arsenal's greatest cup final performance ever? We're going to start with my man, Hughwizzy.
I think all things considered in my lifetime, it probably has to be considered the best cup final performance by Arsenal, if only because of the scrutiny that Wenger was under. Okay. The all eyes on the players, the pressure really was on. Chelsea have had such an incredible season that we were massive underdogs and the performance just came together. The defence was absolutely brilliant. Going forward, we looked inspirational. I see top performances from players that I just didn't think had it in them anymore. And altogether, it was just an incredible day.
That's a solid point. That's a solid point. Mr. Cowan, Mr. Goonersphere, what's your thoughts?
The greatest cup performance in my lifetime, I'm going to have to say, props to, and a shout out to the '94 game against Parma, but I'm going to go for the 2014 FA Cup final because we were 2-0 down. We hadn't won a trophy for 9 years. 2-0 down in the FA Cup final, everyone thought it was over. People were ready to just go home and thinking, this is not our year, it's going to be 10 years without a trophy. And then we came back from 2-0 down to win 3-2. It was a high-octane game, and it was just something that really got the blood pumping. And if you look at great cup finals, it's the ones that give you memories. And the one that sticks in my mind, and the one that will stick in my mind forever, is that 2014 FA Cup final.
Let me just cut in there. I do understand where you're coming from with, Santi's free kick for me is probably the most important free kick in Arsenal history. But as far as the performance goes, I think that's been slightly confused with the importance of that win. Ending the drought, basically, is probably, you're probably overestimating the performance because of the fact that we ended that long drought.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't agree that I'm overestimating it because you talk about this win being the greatest because of the pressure the players were under, the scrutiny the manager was under. We had that in 2014. This is, you're talking about...
we were expecting to be Hull. Come on now.
But we were 2-0 down. So
shocking performance.
From that point onwards, it was... You had 90 minutes, because we went into extra time, we had 90 minutes of an incredible performance. And 90 minutes compared to your 90 minutes, I'm going to say it's better because it's the same scrutiny and pressure that the players and the manager were under. And, but I'd say even more so because then the players may have been under pressure, the manager may have been under scrutiny for this match, but he'd already won 2 FA Cup trophies in the previous 3 years. I'm talking about a team and a manager that hadn't won anything in 9 years. That kind of pressure... To overcome that, to have the performance and the guts to come back from 2-0 down, that's just incredible.
I have to be honest, I agree with Hugh. Hugh, I agree with you. Let us know in the comments below. Is Arsenal's win against Chelsea our greatest ever final performance? I want to know. Like you know, I agree with you. Moving on to the second question. It's school time, all right? Well, it's not school time. School is out, OK? What is your Arsenal 2016-17 school report? We're going to start with... Daniel Cowan.
I'm going to go with the British system here, and I'm going to give Arsenal a solid C.
So the grading is a C?
It's a C. It's a passing grade, but, there's clear room for improvement. I mean, they're in the intermediate levels. They've not moved up to the higher levels. OK,
can you explain why?
Well, we won the FA Cup, so, that's a massive pass. It's a piece of silverware. But we had a disappointing season by our own standards in the league. We've 20 years in a row we've qualified for the Champions League. It's something that every year pundits have said they're not going to do it, they're not going to do it, and every year we've done it. And this is the one year that we failed to do it. We bought really well in the summer. We got a fantastic defender in. We got an incredible midfielder. We got an excellent utility striker, someone to add a little bit something to the squad. When our main players are out or we need to change things up. We had a decent squad, probably the best squad we've had in years, and we've underachieved.
So you reckon we've underachieved? Hugh, what's your thoughts? What is your grading for the 2016-17 season?
I'm going to give him a C-.
Oh, so you're going for the American system?
I mean, I don't know about what kind of system that is, but C is a little bit too positive because I think we all expect more. We all want more. We know that they're capable of more. And I would say that their saving grace really was the FA Cup final, because I watch football to be entertained and to hold close to my heart those moments and memories that they did end up giving us in the final. So it all turned out well in the end, but I do think that, you know, we expect more, we want more, and they've got it in their locker. So I'm hoping that next season they can kick on.
Exactly. So what more could we have done, Daniel? I mean, we've won a cup, there's top managers, and we're still competing of some sort, right? So what more could we do, Daniel?
I don't know. I mean, we could have finished in the top 4 for one.
It's not as easy as, you know, it's said, you know. There's a lot of good managers.
There is, but...
even that, it's like, what we're talking a difference of like 1 point. That's a refereeing decision. That's a late penalty not given, or, you know, there's plenty of examples where...
Injuries.
Right?
Pires?
Come on, Joe, help me out.
Look, it's not doom and gloom. I'm not failing them. I'm not, you know, they're not going home with a report card. The parents aren't going to look at it and go, "We're really disappointed in you, son." But you know, they're going to look at it and go, "See, okay, do a bit better next year." It's something to build on. We've got a solid basis where we can build on this. We've got an FA Cup trophy in hand. We've got a decent team. We've got money in the bank. We've got a manager who's just signed a new contract. Things can go on. It's not doom and gloom. I mean, C sounds bad, Daniel, but it's not that bad.
Daniel, a C in my household is never accepted.
That's right.
All right?
That's
now,
right.
I need you to sum up the season in one word. Hughwizzy.
Bittersweet, if only because... It all turned out well in the end, didn't it? We had our moment in the sun, in the glory of Wembley, but throughout the season it's been, you know, rocky. So, yeah, bittersweet for me.
Hold on, Hugh. I just need to check that bittersweet is one word. Yes, it's accepted. Okay, we've got it. Daniel, one word.
It would have been the same word, but just to be different, maybe a little bit pretentious, I'll go for the German Weltschmerz.
It would be you, innit?
Do you want to tell us what that means?
It would be you or anybody else in the Goonersphere.
Sorry. Basically, brother Mesut's going to know and Per will know, so maybe we can get him on the show to tell us. But, you know, in English, it kind of means looking... It's like the grass is green on the other side, but more looking at your own and thinking, this grass is brown, because... thinking things are worse than they are because you're comparing them to how good they could be. Arsenal could win the treble every year, they could win the quadruple, but because they only won one trophy, it's the end of the world. So that's kind of how I think the fan base is kind of feeling at the moment, a little bit Welshmesh.
Okay, so...
I like saying that, Welshmesh.
Welshmesh, bittersweet. It's all too much for me. Does winning the FA Cup make up for not making it into the Champions League? Daniel?
Yes, 100%, of course it does. We've won a trophy. We've had a better season than most other teams.
Regardless of what people will try and tell you, top 4 really is a trophy. And
where's the medals?
Well, to qualify for the Champions League, you know, I'm not saying you should get a medal, but it's pretty much the equivalent.
Hugh, we're still in Europe. You can't act as if we're not in Europe, you know? Manchester United was in the Europa, and you know what? There was a lot of coverage, and they did a decent job. I do believe that we can also do well in that competition. We're equipped to go win it, so it's not the end-all be-all. And secondly, like I said, man, we won the FA Cup. I have to agree with Daniel on this one, you know? I'd rather win the silverware. You can't say that top 4 is like a trophy, because it's not.
It's all well and good saying we're in Europe. Yes, there is a gateway, a path back into the Champions League. That's fair enough. But it's a bit like saying, you know, I'm going shopping, you're going shopping, who's in Waitrose, who's in Quick Save. I don't know where you'd rather be.
Is Quick Save still around?
I don't know, actually. Yes, that's how I feel about Europa. I don't watch Thursday night football, mate, so really and truly, it's all new to me.
You're going to have to start watching. And now, it's the back 3. 3 questions in 30 seconds. Give us one positive about playing in the Europa League next season, Hughwizzy.
Get to visit some countries I haven't yet been to, and also hopefully see some of the youth get a run out.
I think forced perspective from playing more games on Sundays.
Ramsey, FA Cup final winner, 14 or 17?
I'm going 14, if only because it ended the drought, special occasions and all that.
Yeah, totally agree. Last gasp winner, can't beat it.
15 seconds. Does winning the FA Cup mean we had a better season than Tottenham?
Yes. Dropped out of the Champions League in the group stages. Didn't actually win anything. No one cares about a runner-up, mate.
Yes. 3,
yes,
2,
totally.
1. We just about made it. Literally. Is that a C? Is that a C minus? I don't know. We've done a good job, guys. Listen, you guys have been watching Arsenal Nation, the show with the best Arsenal debates. Let us know in the comments your thoughts and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hugh, I want to say a massive thank you to you and all your mates at Joe as well.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Daniel Cowan, the Goonersphere. Say hi to your mates as well. That's right, guys. My name's Cheeky Sport Joel. You're watching Arsenal Nation. Good night.